Oops. Now we're in a cave. Hi, everybody. This is Skip Alzheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. We just watched some 16mm footage, I believe, of the Hubert family. And I wonder, given the bad behavior of the tourists with the black bears, or maybe brown bears, I'm not sure, was the very nature of there being a camera there why they behaved so poorly? And, that leads now to, of course, the selfies where people are interacting with animals and with nature and are being killed or mangled or incredibly injured. Is it because that camera's there to document? Ooh, get a picture of me with such and such. And if that camera wasn't there, would they do the same kind of bad behavior? I don't know. It's just something interesting to kind of think about. But bad behavior around animals exists. That was from the 30s, 40s maybe. So there you go. It's not just millennials nowadays. So behind me, I have a film scanner. And this is another film that was donated to us by Matthew Loser. And let's watch. This is we've shown this before, but not with sound. So this is New York City, New York Wonder City. Enjoy.
New York's impressive skyline stands out majestically in the shadow of Miss Liberty, who holds high her torch of welcome. This statue was presented to the United States by France in 1884. From the deck of a giant ocean liner, visitors get their first close-up of the city's downtown skyscrapers, which start at Broadway and Bowling Green near the southerly tip of Manhattan Island. Along Lower Broadway, typical New York welcome. Wall Street, a man-made canyon in the heart of New York's financial district. At the far end is Old Trinity Church, one of the oldest landmarks on the island. The original church was built in 1697 and replaced by the present structure in 1846. Still stand in tribute to some of the earliest settlers. At Broad and Wall is the imposing Stock Exchange, the financial pulse of America, where ticker tape measures the fluctuating fortunes of the nation. Dominating New York City Hall is the Municipal Building, an imposing modern structure. City Hall is one of old New York. Spanning the East River from Lower New York to Brooklyn is Brooklyn Bridge, the oldest and most famous of the city's many bridges. The Bowery, famous in song and story, now a dingy street of cheap lodging houses and questionable eating places. On the Lower East Side, the pushcart market still survives amidst much price cutting. Nearby is Chinatown, and Mott Street is its Broadway. The surroundings are exotic and mysterious. Thousands of Orientals live here in their own peculiar way. On ceremonial occasions, there is much noise and weird dancing. Here, the East meets the West and holds closely to its native customs and exhibitions. Washington Square marks the beginning of Fifth Avenue. Near the Centennial Arch is a huge fountain that not only serves as a thing of beauty, but as a happy relief for city youngsters on a torrid day. A short distance away is MacDougall Alley in the heart of Greenwich Village, where artists good and indifferent live and work, and where many have street exhibits of their artistry, hoping to find a ready purchaser. The Church of the Transfiguration, lovingly known as the Little Church Around the Corner, is famous for its romantic weddings. It is a shrine dear to the people of the stage. One of the city's colossal gateways is the Pennsylvania Station. Through it daily pass travelers from every state in the Union, a monument to the vision of a great railroad. On the site of the old walled-off Astoria Hotel now stands the Empire State Building, the tallest structure in the world, 102 stories high. Its gigantic tower dominates the city and can be seen from nearly everywhere. Another midtown skyscraper is the Chrysler Building with its flashing silver spire. New York's famous Crossroad and one of the busiest, a smart shopping center where thousands pass daily. Autos, taxis, and buses move in an unending stream. Here stands the public library with 3.5 million volumes within its massive walls. Its friendly pigeons never want for food. A great fountain of knowledge in a great metropolis. In the very heart of New York City stands St. Patrick's Cathedral, one of the most beautiful churches on this continent. Each year, the Easter Parade brings out much finery and startling millinery, and some unusual participants. On this occasion, motor traffic gives way to the milling paraders. Directly opposite the great cathedral and towering above it is Rockefeller Center, a city within a city, 15 acres of mighty white buildings reaching to the sky. In the spring, the terraced plazas with their fountains and magnificent flowers are a thing of beauty never to be forgotten. 150,000 people pass through the portals of these buildings daily. And atop the Radio City Music Hall, rehearsals sometimes stop the work in offices nearby. From October to April, there is ice skating in the sunken plaza in the very center of this great project. Park Avenue, street of wealth, social prestige, and ultra-smart shops. Best viewed from the deck of a sightseeing steamer is one of New York's latest developments, the Franklin D. Roosevelt Drive along the East River. It runs almost the entire length of the island. When winter comes, Central Park takes on a cloak of white, reminiscent of the frozen pond back home. There is fine skating and oft-times organized winter sport contests. Springtime unfolds a garden in the city's heart, its four sides lined with stately buildings set in a tapestry of green. The obelisk, popularly known as Cleopatra's Needle, brings to Central Park a reminder of old Egypt. Here is a paradise for candid camera fans, especially at the zoo, where there is never a lack of models. The polar bears, transplanted from their frozen north, seem quite at home. Facing Central Park West is the Museum of Natural History, where mounted animals and birds of past and present are framed amid scenes typical of their natural habitats. It is one of the city's most interesting showplaces. To the west, along the Hudson River, runs the West Side Highway, a thoroughfare of beauty running the entire length of Manhattan Island. It is studded with many famous monuments and buildings. Prominent among them is the tomb of General Grant, which is open to the public daily. Riverside Church is famous for its great carillon, the largest in the world, with its 72 melodious bells high in the tower. Harlem, a large section in the northern part of the city. Here lives most of the colored population, not always prosperous, but seemingly always happy. Harlem, land of swing and jive, where the world learns how to sing and dance. Graceful yet imposing is George Washington Bridge. Spanning the Hudson River from upper New York, it leads to the New Jersey shore and the west beyond. But New York is not only steel and stone, it is people too. Millions of beating hearts, lights and shadows, night and day. A strange cosmopolitan paradox. A city that never sleeps. Its spinning tempo carries on into the dawn. New York, the Wonder City.
Cleopatra. Cleopatra. I'm gonna have to add that to the list. Where's my list at? I'm gonna have to get a bigger list because it's a piece of paper and it's filled with stuff. A lot of paperwork here that doesn't really need to be here. Yeah, where'd that go? I'll have to look and see. Oh. I've been looking for this. Alright. Obviously, I have to clean a bunch of stuff here. Anyway, so that film is fascinating. It was released by Castle Films, and Castle pretty much distributed to home markets, people who had home projectors that they showed home movies on. And so Castle would sometimes shoot stuff, but also would license stuff, license cartoons, features, and they would do digested versions of stuff. So there you go. All right. I know you're excited for 1971. Fall of 1971, AC Delco is excited about their new Wholesaler campaign, and we're going to learn all about it. Enjoy.
It's great to buy a new car, and I don't want to worry about it later. I want it to stay like new because, well, I'm a customer.
I'm a wholesaler, and I buy parts just like everybody else. And quality is important to me. I'm a customer, and I want to know that my customers are satisfied.
At my station, it's hard to tell who's the customer, me or the guy who drives the car in. I'm a demanding customer because my customers expect the best from me.
Satisfied customers are the backbone of any successful business. At General Motors and at AC Sparkplug Division, customer satisfaction is not only a basic philosophy, but also a way of life. Over the years, we have expended much time, effort, and money to maintain close contact with the motoring public so that we can provide our customers with the products and transportation services they want and need. To satisfy this objective, we conduct extensive research to keep us abreast of the nation's transportation requirements. Continuing improvement in quality, durability, serviceability, and reliability are major goals. Our products must be designed to meet changing needs. Equally important, we must provide our millions of customers with quality service after the sale. This is a critical requirement for repeat business and long-term success. As members of the nationwide parts distribution system, through which General Motors reaches service facilities across the country, you play a vital role in helping us provide good, prompt service for the owners of our products. Thus, you also are very important customers of ours. Whether the customer is a warehouse distributor or a wholesaler or a retailer who provides consumer availability, General Motors and AC go all out to satisfy his needs which will continue to grow in the years ahead. We expect industry sales by 1975 to be in the area of 13.3 million cars and trucks. This would represent an increase of about 30% over the vehicles sold in 1970. The replacement parts business should experience equally impressive growth. While the replacement parts industry as a whole was expanding approximately 85% in the last 10 years, AC sales were increasing over 107%. Many of you have contributed to this fine record. In the future, there will be fewer part numbers because of the trend toward greater interchangeability of parts and because of the emphasis on complete component replacement. You can expect to enjoy a higher turnover on investment in an expanding future market. You must gear yourself for these expanding markets. The customers of the future will demand greater availability and more efficient service. Building on the outstanding record of the past, I am confident that our industry and yours will meet the challenges of the 1970s with greater service and availability to the American motoring public in the years ahead. To ensure support for you, we want to emphasize that AC is there with you.
With the motoring public increasing in numbers and more cars than ever being purchased, together we have a great opportunity and a challenge to continue maximum service to this greatest transportation system in history. One of the main reasons for AC's continuing success through the years has been the quality products that have anticipated and fulfilled the customer's needs. The first and basic requirement when customer service is foremost in your mind is the very best product possible.
Quality control all the way here at AC.
Having great products is still not enough for us at AC.
We know what is most important to you is to have these products available when you need them.
Great products and ready availability are only two ways AC supplies support at the retail level. But I'm sure that we all agree that this fall, AC is going to get it all together, the support and the action.
We learned a lot from the spring campaign, a lot that'll help us this fall. We discovered that key retailers will get behind AC products and support a top merchandising program. It really means enlisting the support of the whole AC chain of distribution.
We found that calls had to be made, but that kind of extra effort sold AC products where they had never been sold before. And the fact that we have 15,000 AC diagnostic tune-up centers in the field makes service the word for the retailer and results the thing that customers get from AC.
Last spring, our efforts paid off. 53,000 key retailers enrolled in AC's program. They bought in the face of stiff competition from private brands and in the face of other very stiff competitive inducements. But now, for the first time, wholesalers have a defined market of enrolled retailers who will sell AC products. We're going to concentrate on those retailers again this fall.
the number of customers increases, the demand on our industry increases. At AC, we recognize the ready-made opportunities to increase our retail market with a demanding customer. Together, we will make the most of these opportunities as we continue to change and improve our operations to provide better service to the American public.
Change is as modern as today. AC wholesalers and distributors must meet the changing priorities around the country, making the effort to capture new markets, greater profits, and more satisfied customers. How do we do it? By recognizing the wants and needs of the new breed of customer. Here are some changers at work.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Come back again. We attract business by having the merchandise when the customer needs it, and by having attractive displays. Last spring, when the AC field man went out with our guys, we opened up some really tough retailers. A good product and the right merchandising really helps us.
I cleaned up the counters, did some parts arranging. I found I could give better customer service, and sales increased too.
While I was out last spring enrolling retailers with the AC man, I discovered that some retailers who had the AC Diagnostic Tune-Up Center didn't have the complete AC line. It paid me to make those calls, and the merchandising program has kept working for me.
I've got to make use of every bit of help that I can get in my business. Last spring, when I discovered all the interest in the sport ball pack, I put together a little display of my own. If something helps the retailers, it helps me right here. I'm looking forward to AC's fall campaign because it will give me a lot more ideas. And when AC can help me get more sales, you can bet I'm going to cash in on it.
As an AC warehouse distributor, I know that I've got good products to sell. But I can't afford to rest on those laurels. Every promotion that AC designs for retail has one thought in mind: move those AC products to the motorist. My salesmen use every angle to assist their wholesalers. They try to keep the AC name before the public as much as possible. And we're going to work extra hard to enroll more and more dealers in the new campaign.
We know that AC has the best products and the finest distribution system in the automotive industry. We're confident that wholesalers are going to pick up those walk-in sales. So what are we after with this new plan, this fall campaign? We've zeroed in on the real tough ones. You know the guys in your area. Those guys who are large retailers but don't stock and sell AC now. They're the truly key retailers. But how can you move them and get their attention? Here's the way. Just listen to this.
This is the dazzling sound of stereo. This tape player and tapes can be yours and your customers through involvement in our fall campaign for retail.
That's right. This fall, the sound of music will fill the air. We'll offer key retailers this stereo tape player, a stereo demonstration tape, and 4 music tapes. Music right from the top 100. This whole package is worth $130 at retail. How does the retailer qualify for this premium? To enroll, he places an order for 240 AC oil or air filters of his choice. The best part is this tape player and tapes worth $130 are free to the enrolled retailer when he places his qualifying order. That's right, free. We suggest a qualifying order of AC filters because they're an especially good profit maker for both wholesalers and retailers, and we must ensure greater consumer availability on our filter lines. You think that's a lot of AC merchandise for some retailers to handle? Maybe some, but don't forget we're after the key retailers, the ones who sell in volume. As we discussed last spring, the key retailers are the volume retailers. They're the ones we're after this fall. And we think it's time that key retailers support you, the guy they depend on day in and day out. Support you with their purchase of fast-moving parts. Remember, they're our customers, too. And here's how we'll help the retailer move the AC products. These are certificates for the retailer to use as traffic builders. They don't cost him 1 cent. But with them, his customers can buy records, cassette tapes, reel-to-reel tapes, or 8-track stereo tapes, all at a very handsome discount. Dealers can build their tune-up business, their oil change business, winterizing business, by offering these certificates to their customers. But we don't stop there. We want to make sure that AC products will move as never before at retail. Our men who enroll those big retailers with you will place a banner on the window that ties in the certificates with primetime TV commercials appearing this fall. That's right. You'll be seeing these commercials during breaks in this fall's NFL action.
This is the grueling Mexican 1000. When you pit your car against the treacherous Baja, you've got to have equipment you can rely on. That's why Johnny Johnson chose AC spark plugs when he set out to win this brutal off-the-road endurance test. AC's hot tip resists fouling, gave Johnny the firepower he needed to set a new class record. And that same hot tip is built into the AC Actniter spark plugs that go into your family car. They fire hotter, burn cleaner, give you faster starts and a smoother running engine. Next tune-up, insist on reliable AC Actniter spark plugs. They're original equipment on all GM cars.
You go more carefree when you go with AC. AC is there with you.
When you're out to smash the record in the Mexican 1000, the world's toughest off-the-road endurance test, you've got to have equipment you can rely on. Overall winner Drino Miller went all the way with AC oil and air filters and chopped 4.5 hours off the old record. AC filters gave Drino the extra protection he needed to go through mile after mile of choking dust like this. No matter where you drive or what you drive, give your car the extra protection and reliability that helped Drino Miller beat the Baja. Next time, insist on AC oil and air filters. They're original equipment on all GM cars.
You go more carefree when you go with AC. AC is there with you.
A cleaner running engine can really be music to your ears, because now, at participating service stations displaying this banner, you can receive this valuable AC stereo bonus certificate when you buy an AC oil filter. Now, for all the details, see a participating service station dealer. Wherever you drive, make sure AC's there with you, protecting your engine. Get a fresh AC oil filter now. AC, spelled AC.
With power-packed TV commercials like this one, dealer business should boom. The dealer gets 25 tape discount certificates when he enrolls, and 100 more come with the tape player. Remember, the tape player and tapes are free to the retailer with his qualifying order of AC filters, and so are the certificates. So the retailer has the ammunition to turn TV-created interest into sales action, and that means profits. This tape player is so good, the retailer's going to want to keep it, perhaps hide it, in fact, until Christmas. But retailers will recognize, too, that the tape player has great customer appeal. To help build traffic, AC is making extra players available to dealers or their customers for $70 delivered, complete with the tapes. The certificates have a stub attached. As an added incentive, the dealer can conduct a business-building sweepstakes. Those customers who don't win can buy the player and pocket the savings. It all ties together, and it all means business for you. Powerful as the tape player promotion is, AC's fall campaign doesn't stop there. The T&P program continues. You can encourage follow-up orders for all AC products with T&P certificates. Many dealers have been accumulating T&P certificates for Christmas ordering. They'll want more certificates now in order to get the bikes, the cameras, the gifts that belong under the Christmas tree. And AC is committed to be with you at retail. Perhaps you recall the big dealer enrollment drive in the spring, capped off by Action Week. The result? More dealers, more AC product sales than any other similar period in history. Pleased as we are with last spring's success, and we thank you for your vital part in it, we're out to do even better this fall. During the month of October, all AC fieldmen will be enrolling key dealers with you. The enrollment drive will again build toward a one-week blitz when all AC sales personnel, field and factory, will be in action enrolling dealers with you. We're going to need your support more than ever, and we know we'll get it. What ammunition we have together. You know we have the best products. Our service is the best in the business. The AC Diagnostic Tune-Up Center is only one example of extra effort. We have the best distribution, you. We proved that in the spring, and we'll top that now. We're expanding our advertising to increase our brand awareness at the car owner level. And we have the best hard-hitting merchandising campaigns. We know they work. We've learned that. And we know that our fall campaign will get more key retailers and keep them. That's how we meet increased demands and expanding opportunities, by really operating as a team, with you. Our new plan, the fall campaign, is going to produce the results you want, while we continue to provide better and better service to the American motorist. When we say that AC is there with you, we mean it.
AC is there with you to serve your customers and ours better. Through our combined efforts, we can continue to contribute to the finest system of transportation that history has seen. In so doing, we can participate fully in the expanding automotive markets that lie ahead.
What's it all about? Every day we hear the words. Words like quality, productivity, excellence, competition. Words don't seem to get the whole message across. But we can tell you what it's all about. It's about work and jobs and what's happening at Delco Products. Some of you know right now what's happening. There have been layoffs, closed doors, empty rooms, silent machines. They're moving out the equipment that was once used to build appliance motors. And this equipment is only 2 years old. It's expensive machinery designed to help us do better work, make better motors. But it didn't work out that way. These machines were bought so Delco Products could be more competitive. Now, they're moving them out, selling them to the competition. Why? Because the machines didn't work? Not really. We just couldn't compete in the marketplace. Somehow, we didn't put it all together. Sometimes, some of us didn't think it was necessary to come to work every day. The cost of quality in Dayton couldn't meet the competition elsewhere. Now, the doors are closed. 1,300 people were laid off. Some did come back to work in other areas, but a lot of jobs were lost. Many can relate the shutdown to work in the hermetically sealed appliance motor area. For them, that's where it happened. What's it all about? It's about competition. In the whole world, people are working, making the motors that once was our job. Somebody down south, somebody out west, even somebody in Japan is doing that work. The need is still there, but the competition is getting the job done. Now you know. You say there's really nothing to worry about? We have new products coming up? Yes and no. We can't take 2 steps backward while we take 1 step forward. We need the new products and the old business too. That's the only way we can stay healthy. We can learn a lot from what happened in other industries. Most of us know that 9 out of 10 home radios are made in Japan. That industry is gone from the USA. Did you know that 2 out of every 5 pair of shoes are made overseas? Little league or big league, 9 out of 10 baseball mitts sold in the U.S. are made somewhere else. That sweater you wear to the bowling alley, where was it made? 7 out of 10 sweaters come from another land. And motorcycles? American motorcycles have just about disappeared. 19 out of 20 are foreign made. You get the picture? We're losing to the competition. It's time we recognize that working means a full day, every working day. We mean everybody. The others are gaining because we have forgotten how we made our business strong. We are only strong when everybody comes to work on time, all the time. We are strong when each person does his job and does it right the first time. How many times have you heard someone say, don't work too hard? Hard work is what made us strong. We are only strong when we are willing to compete with the whole world. There's no real way the government can save us. Tariffs and surtaxes only help for a little while. In the world market, foreign governments would soon put taxes on all goods made here. That means people in many U.S. industries lose the competitive edge. If they don't have jobs, they don't buy cars or appliances that need motors. Then it comes right back to us. We should know the facts of life. And here they are. As for appliance and air-moving motors, we're out of business. Closed up. Shut down. We didn't cut the mustard. In hermetic motors, we are operating at 50% of our capacity. That's 1/2 of what we can do. Industrial motors, We're working at 75% of capacity. A little better, but we should be running at 100%. We're 25% down. On the good side, we do have the energy absorbers to build. We are ahead of competitors in this one area. But how long can we stay that way? You can bet on this. We can't research and develop new ideas and then lose the business we had. Most of us grew up knowing about competition. If you score a field goal and the other guy scores a touchdown, he's ahead. That's what it's all about. Now, let's talk about what we can do about it. The equipment we work with is designed to be productive at a normal, consistent pace. It's the best machinery we could design and buy. But it must be run from the very moment you start your shift. If you're doing your job, you know it. But if you're not, you know that too. You see, we're paying the highest rates. We should set the highest goals for ourselves. The machines are there all the time, but they can't be used to advantage when people stay home from work. When we come to the plant, we come here with the idea that we'll do a full job for our pay. A full measure. That's what it's all about. We are the people who can really make the difference in competition. That's us. Us. Everybody has his own job. What matters is how we do it. We can't blame the other guy. It's our pride and our sense of value. If we don't do the job, somebody else will. And he or she may not live in Dayton or Rochester. The competition is out there, wherever people are willing to work at the job and give 100% effort. No amount of good management, modern machinery, or product research can substitute for our pride in our work. This runs pretty deep in all of us. We can only walk the world with dignity when we know we're giving our very best. And you know when you are. Dignity isn't the color of your shirt or the cut of your jacket. Dignity is what's in your heart and hands. Pride is knowing that you helped to build a product that can and will compete with anything and anybody in the whole world. And it's something more than that, too. It's knowing we have a place to work, and there's a job there for us. A place to work is where we find dignity. Believe me, it's how we go about it that counts. What's happened has happened. We can't replay the game and get back the jobs we lost. But we can make sure that it doesn't happen again and again. Well, we can. That's more like it. We is a big word. It's a personal word. It means a big effort from all of us. With a little pride and honest concern, we could put Delco products right back where we belong, on top. When we do it, we're buying something for ourselves. You see, this is our place. We work here. And That is what it's all about.
I love that shot. I didn't frame it very well, but the shot in the Wholesalers thing where the guy is like this and he turns around and, says his line very dryly. So I counterpointed the AC Wholesalers campaign fall 1971 with What's It All About, which is an amazing film that I saw at a Craig Baldwin show in San Francisco at Other Cinema. And I was like, oh my God, that is amazing. That is an amazing, the beatings will continue until morale improves type of approach to management, improving morale. And I did a show once called The Lazy American Worker, where I have films that talk about, building morale and teamwork and being a good worker. And wow, over the top, absolutely over the top. No responsibility held by upper management, middle management, the appeal to shareholders, etc. All that stuff. Anyways, so behind me I have a film, the last film by Matthew Loser, and it is called, what is it called? Maps, Land, Symbols, and Terms. Enjoy.
Orange and red for lands up to 10,000 feet. And finally, dark brown for the highest mountain ranges, like these. We also learned how latitude and longitude affected the way men used land. In this film, we will learn about land symbols and terms which appear on maps and in map legends. Legends explain that state capitals are underlined, that red lines indicate steamship routes or railroads, that blue lines portray rivers. Legends also explain the symbols for dams, waterfalls, canals, and desert areas. Symbols of differing shapes and sizes locate cities of different size, from large cities over 1 million in population to communities of 50,000 or smaller. To really understand the meaning of map symbols, we should see where they are used on maps and what they stand for. Our first map symbol is this irregular red shape, which represents the city of Los Angeles. An irregular shape is often used to locate cities of over 1 million people. But what does this large city really look like? Broad streets like these bring people into the heart of the city. In the business area, people report to work in offices, do their shopping, and carry on business. Every day, thousands of people must move into and out of the city by means of automobiles or buses. To get a better idea of Los Angeles, we will see it from the air. Downtown Los Angeles looks like this. Whole blocks of high buildings crowd together at the center of the city. And to reach these places of business, many broad highways or freeways and traffic overpasses are needed to connect the center of the city with outlying residential areas where there is more space to live in comfortable homes. Another map symbol is a state boundary line. This state line runs across country over mountains and desert. This highway crosses the line men decided should be the boundary between California and Nevada. Other state boundaries may be placed along natural dividing lines. Here it was decided that the Colorado River should be the boundary between Nevada and Arizona. At one point on the river boundary, the map shows this symbol. This kind of black bar is often used to locate dams. Here, Hoover Dam has been built across the Colorado River. Above the dam, Lake Mead stretches for many miles. Great hydroelectric generators change the power of falling water into electric current, which is carried by wire to supply electricity to cities which lie hundreds of miles away. Around Hoover Dam, small black dots appear on the map. These, the legend tells us, describe desert regions. Like this dry land, such land is usually fertile, but without water, only sparse grasses and cactus grow. Desert regions may be flat or mountainous, like this barren place. Broken lines may be used to outline special places, national parks, or recreation areas like the Grand Canyon of the Colorado River. Here the Colorado flows through the lower Grand Canyon. The river has cut a path a full mile deep near the center of the canyon at Bright Angel Point. Farther east on the map, a special mark, a triangle, is used to locate one of the high Rocky Mountain peaks, which lies near Denver, Colorado. Pikes Peak, one of many Rocky Mountain peaks over 14,000 feet high, looks like this from the air. The map tells us that the city of Denver is located to the east of the Rocky Mountains. The square symbol means that Denver is a city of from 100,000 to 500,000 population. Because its name is underlined, we know it is the capital of Colorado, as we now see in this view of the Capitol building itself. Like Los Angeles, tall buildings, though fewer of them, occupy the center of the city. Nearly 500,000 people live in this mile above sea level community. As we continue to study the map, we see that many large rivers flow through the central United States. Rivers on maps are drawn and colored much as they actually appear, as wavy lines of blue. And that is very nearly how they look from the air, turning and twisting lines of blue flowing through the countryside. Here, two rivers, the Missouri and the Mississippi, join. Notice the muddier colored Missouri in the background. We see on our map that St. Louis is located near the junction of these two great rivers. The five-sided symbol tells us that St. Louis is a city of between 500,000 and 1 million population. From the air, the city looks larger than Denver, but not as large as Los Angeles. St. Louis' location near the junction of great rivers makes water shipping possible. West on the Missouri, north and south on the Mississippi, and east on the Ohio River. Farther east lie the nearly flat farmlands of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Here on the map, we see a new city symbol. This kind of circle is used to locate cities of less than 50,000 population. From the air, we see few buildings, mostly homes, which end abruptly where farm fields begin. As we approach the Great Lakes region, a network of red lines indicate that railroads crisscross the countryside. Many railroads meet at Chicago to form great rail terminals which serve the needs of a large city. Chicago is the great railroad center of the nation. Near the center of the city, skyscraping buildings rise to house the thousands of people who each morning travel to the city to work and conduct business. Again, a network of highways crisscross the city to bring people in and out. The Great Lakes, indicated in blue on our map, offer an almost complete water route for lake ships. Lake ships pass easily along the Great Lakes, except here at Sault Ste. Marie, where red lines, shipping lanes, become black and white symbols. Our legend tells us these symbols represent canals. Because ships cannot float through these rapids at Sault Ste. Marie, a system of canals and locks has been constructed to bypass the rapids. Because the water is higher in the upper lake than in the lower, locks have been built in the canal. Here is how they work. A ship enters the open lock from the upper lake. The lock gate slowly moves to close because the higher water must be shut out while both water and ship are being lowered to the level of the lower lake. Then the water in the lock can be run out or dropped to the level of the lower lake. As this happens, the ship all but disappears from view. But not for long, for the lower gate is opened and the ship steams out into the lower lake. This ship, having been lowered, now slowly moves ahead. It will continue its journey to the Great Lakes ports of the Middle West, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Buffalo. Lake ships are often called whalebacks. They move slowly, day and night, carrying their loads of iron ore, coal, grain, and other bulky, heavy cargoes to great centers of industry and manufacturing, located both on the lake shore and inland at cities like Pittsburgh. This city of nearly 1 million, like St. Louis, lies at the junction of two rivers which form the Golden Triangle, as Pittsburgh's business section is called. Great Lakes transportation continues eastward, but must go through another canal in order to pass around this place, which the legend tells us is a waterfall. This great waterfall is Niagara Falls. The Niagara River is the boundary between the United States on the left and Canada on the right. This is famous Horseshoe Falls of the Niagara River. We have come to understand many map symbols. To understand them better, we have seen many of the places they stand for: shipping lanes and railroads, cities and deserts, rivers and canals. And now, one of America's greatest waterfalls, Niagara. Now let us recall what we have learned. State capitals are underlined. Red lines on water are the symbol for shipping lanes. Red lines on land indicate railroads. Blue wavy lines show rivers. A bar with a V on each end indicates a dam. A black bar, a waterfall. A dashed black and white line shows where a canal is located, and black dots indicate desert regions. Our city legend shows a circle for towns less than 50,000, a triangle for cities 50,000 to 100,000, a square for cities 100,000 to 500,000, a five-sided figure for 500,000 to 1 million, and irregular shapes for cities over 1 million, like the largest city of the United States, New York City. Our visit to New York, with the tallest buildings in all the land, the busiest harbor and docks in the entire world, and the United Nations building, brings us to the end of our experiences with land symbols and terms on our map.
I heard it stop. I wasn't ready. Thank you, Matthew Loser, for donating all those films. He wrote me yesterday and was saying that he saw the shows. that we showed stuff. Roger Ramjet was something that he remembers as a kid on television. He liked steel manufacturing films, which when we were doing a lot of the early orgone stuff, there was a lot of stuff from U.S. Steel. So I don't know if you caught that, Matthew, but look at previous shows. You'll find lots of steel. He also likes films about New York. So thank you. Your donation enriched us all, and that's what we like here at AV Geeks. And the thing is, your donation will also enrich us all, because we will spend that money on supporting the film collection in our bodies by buying coffee, but also paying for rent and storage units and shelving, and then eventually building a type of film vault in our basement here at the archive, which is why we're moving all the films off-site. So ways to support us is with the Super Thanks button. You can also support us by going to ko-fi.com/avgeeks, patreon.com/avgeeks, or thumbs up, or watch videos, or subscribe. Those are all great ways to support us. But just being there and commenting, those are things that we like. So thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll be back tomorrow. That's tomorrow, Thursday. And I'm about to go on a 4-hour Zoom call. So it's for something I dearly love, but 4 hours, man. That's rough. That's rough. So wish me luck, and I will see you tomorrow. Everybody take care.